Guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. So right now we're gonna go to Tim Hortons. Like, my mom just asked me randomly this morning, like, hey, me and my grandma and her boyfriend are gonna go to Tim's and then go to Winners after. And I was like debating on it. I was like, you know what, sure, like, these are memories, these are opportunities that, when I'm older, I will miss. So I'm like, yeah, okay. So I just got ready and we're gonna go do that. So I was like, okay, let's take you guys with me, to do something. Like, my life is kind of like it's still cold outside, you guys. It's still cold, as you can see the turtleneck, okay? I'm not wearing this because I'm a respectful girl. Even though I would like to think that, but no, it's colder. Oh, and also, like, the stuff I'm using for my hair is, like, I have curly hair. You guys know this. This is the Kinky Curly. Okay, Kinky Curly. I never knew it was called that. Curling custard. I hate that word, custard. It's gross. But anyway, it's a good, like, right now it's a good consistency. So, like, I bought this when I was in California. Maybe it was a year ago. Maybe a little bit more than a year ago, probably. I don't know, it was quite some time, a year or two ago, because, I always go back, so I can't remember which trip it was that I got this on, but when I first got it, the consistency was not good. Like, it didn't stick together like this. It was bad, and it was, like, clumpy, but, like, this is the one I've been seeing, like, online, and, like, I think it was maybe TikToks or something, and it was like this, but you could only get it in America. Like, we don't have this here, and if we do, if you're Canadian and we have this here, like, let me know. Because we don't have a Target, so I got it at Target. We used to have a Target, but then, like, nobody went and it closed down because the ones in America, like, the Walmarts are so bad. Like, the Walmarts in America are bad. Like, they're known for being the ratchet. It's ratchet Walmart. But there, like, their Targets are really nice and bougie. But, like, here, our Walmarts are really nice. Like, they're not like as ratchet as I've seen Walmarts. Like, some Walmarts, like, don't even have, like, all their stuff is locked up. Like, if it's, like, stuff like this, like cosmetics, it's, like, locked up, like the girls section, and then they mostly just have, like, food and stuff, or at least, like, the one I went to, I was, like, traumatized from going to that Walmart. It was crazy. So their Walmart, or their Targets, are really where it's at to, like, shop and stuff. They have a cute little, like, Starbucks in the Targets. Like, you would never see a Starbucks, or like here we have, like, a Tim Hortons, or we used to have Tim Hortons in the Walmart, like, little coffee shop in the Walmart. There, I don't think you would see that. But anyway, so nonetheless, this was, like, a terrible consistency when I bought it, and now it's, like, good. So I don't know if it, like, expired or something, or, like, what is going on, but it's good now. Like, it's good. So yeah, I don't know. But if it's not broken, don't fix it. Okay, and then just a little update with me. With, like, the whole man situation. It's crazy because right now I have, like, guys in my DMs being like, oh my gosh, like, do you want me to buy you flowers for Valentine's Day? I know you're single. Like, I want you to have flowers. Like, I know you're single. I'm like, that is so sweet. Like, what the heck? Why? Like, it's always the strangers that really don't know you and that you really don't, like, give a chance, that be, like, doing the most. And then I'm over here like, what am I doing with this man? Anyway, so the thing is, you guys, we talk every day. Like, we, like, literally fall asleep on the phone with each other, like, every night. So sometimes I think I'm paranoid. Like, maybe because I was cheated on before, that maybe I'm, like, so, like, I overthink a lot, and I overthink even more because, like, my ex relationship, my ex, I really thought he would never cheat on me. Never. Like, I wouldn't even think of it. So was not paranoid at all. Like, never, like, whatever. He could have said he was going anywhere and I would just believe, like, okay, like, Now this one, now that I'm aware of, like, okay, well, I really didn't think he was doing anything. He did it at work, like, was cheating at work. It's crazy that, like, I just don't put it past someone that, like, someone else, like, now I'm not like, oh, can never be me, oh, can never be him, like, no, I don't think like that anymore. I'm, like, overly paranoid. Like, he's stepping outside the house, I'm like, oh, he could be fucking a bitch he was gone 5 minutes, he could have fucked a bitch, like, you know what I mean, something like that. So maybe I am a little bit paranoid, a little bit. Like, you know, and I have to also look at myself a little bit too, like, you know, whatever. Now, again, we're not together, so there's no cheating or anything, but I was just like, yeah, like, just tell me if you're gonna be seeing other people, basically, you know, but it doesn't matter. Like, I'm trying to make it seem like so, like, I do not care. I just would like, you know, just to know, so, like, you know, because it just doesn't even feel right for me to move on, you know what I mean? Yet, but, like, I know it's gonna eventually have to happen. But it's like, I just never want to be the one to do it first. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't want to do it first. And, you know, so I did the whole setting up thing and whatever. But I did think it was weird that he called me. Like, he called me right when I was doing it. And, like, you know, I do, like, know him a little bit, you guys. Like, I know him. Like, I'm not going to be, like, a girl that's like, oh, I know him. He would never. Like that. Like, you know, I'm like, I know him and he probably would. But, it was just funny, like, his little explanation was like, bro, you know, I don't even talk like that. Like, you know, I was not, like, maybe he was gonna meet up with it. Like, I don't even know. And honestly, I don't even care. Like, all I know is he would not want to lose me over it. Like, that's, like, I literally know that. Like, I would know that. Like, he would not want to lose me over that. Because it's just the way he tries, you guys. Like, I know I be sounding delusional, but I just like how much he cares. Like, he cares. Like, he showed up to where I was, you guys. I don't know. I just like that. Like, like, let's say don't talk to him. Because we talk every day. Like, the thing is, we talk every day. It's so weird. Like, you know, every night, like, we fall asleep. We're having 19-hour phone calls now. Like, we're not together, but we're having 19-hour phone calls, which is so weird. You know, so obviously it's like we're not together, but like it's like this is not being single. Like, this is not being together, really. You know? And okay, so just for example of me being like crazy, because like I know we're not together, so he can see whoever, I can technically see whoever. It doesn't matter. It's not cheating. And I even told him, so after that incident, I was like, okay, so yeah, I did that so that I could know, like, it's okay. Now I know, like, I'm gonna move on. Like, I told him, I'm like, I'm gonna move on. And he's like, oh, like, so you set that whole thing up just so that you could be able to be, like, you know, like, because you want to move on. Like, why did you set that whole up thing, like, because you want to move on? And I was like, no, like, I don't want to move on, but I just wanted to see if you were moving on so that I can move on. So maybe I was seeing, like, if I can move on. Because, yeah, I want to move on. Like, what's wrong with wanting to move on? Like, what? Like, I do eventually want to move on, but I'm not. He's like, I'm not even thinking of a roster, like, this and that, blah, blah. You think of the roster more than me and all this stuff. And I'm like, because you said that. He's like, I know I said that, but I said that because, like, you know, you hurt me by being like, I can't. That you didn't have to be over here with me and all that stuff, which is true. Like, I didn't have to, like, the fuck. And you know what's funny, you guys? Yesterday he asked me to come over and I said, I can't. I don't want to sleep over there anymore. Like, I don't want to. So, like, he's been coming here if, like, he wants to, like, stay over, because there's none of my stuff over there. Like, none of my stuff's over there. And, like, I honestly just like my place better now. Like, honestly, like, it's more of a homey vibe. And, like, now I'm just used to, like, I like being home now. He messed up with that one, but whatever. So, like, we haven't gone, like, more than 2 days without seeing each other. But, yeah, normally, I'm so proud of myself, you guys. I know you're not proud of me, but normally I'd have been like, okay, like, you know, I'm not doing anything technically, so I could just go over and spend the night, like, take a little bag. And then I was like, you know what, no. And I was like, you can come over here. I know I shouldn't have said that, you guys, but whatever. And he was like, I told him kind of hell last minute too. Like, I knew he wasn't gonna come over because I was not ready for that. But he was like, you know, I'd have to bring all my stuff and whatever. And I was like, okay, well then, you know, there you have it. But we still, like, fall asleep on the phone with each other. We wake up, we're on the phone. I just hung up with him now, and he's, like, texting me, like, you know, when you're gonna call me. Like, you know, we're kind of, like, we're kind of, like, addicted. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like we're addicted to each other, but we don't want to be addicted to each other. Like, both of us, like, we want to just not, like, he doesn't want to have an attachment to a girl because that scares the hell. I love how I'm just putting so much of this in my hair. Like, this is probably an unhealthy amount. So, like, I don't know. I just was talking and doing this. But, like, I just feel like he doesn't want to. Like, he's never been, like, attached to a girl like this before, I don't think, where it's, like, I think probably one other time, but it wasn't, like, attached where he was, like, I don't think showing up to where they were. Like, that's a little bit extreme, but I just don't think he can control himself, because nobody wants to do that. Like, nobody wants to, like, be upset, like, you know, like, show up to people, like, you know, no one wants to be, like, attached. No one wants to be attached to anyone. I don't want to be attached to him either, but, like, somehow I am. But, like, I just realized, like, he's, like, we're each other's best friend. Like, he's the one I talk to about my day and stuff, like, other than you guys. Like, I'll tell you guys about shit, but, I mean, he knows everything, right? Everything. Because obviously I can't control who's watching this, so obviously I'm not gonna say my deepest, darkest, terrible secrets. Actually, I probably would. Honestly, I would. There's really nothing. But, you know what I mean? Just things that, like, for safety issues, like, not everybody in the world can know. Now, I don't know. Like, he was just like, yeah, you're my best friend. Like, we're each other's best friends here. Like, who else? Like, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, he's my best friend, but I hate that he's a guy, because that you can't have a healthy relationship with somebody else if you're best friends with a guy. Like, that's, I know this, but why does he have to be so, like, fun, you know? And I hate that shit, you know what I mean? So, like, we're cool just as friends, like, really. Like, I'm cool with him just being my friend, but I know that would be awkward if we were to move on. You know, and it's like, I don't even want to move on, to be honest, but it's like, as a girl, you only have a certain amount of time too. Like, you know, you gotta kind of like I can't be like, when, like, if I can't detach now, when will I ever be able to detach? Like, I have to eventually be able to detach from this guy. So anyway, Thursday, you guys, it was Thursday, but it was Thursday at midnight, right? It turned Thursday it was Thursday, like 12 o'clock or whatever, and he goes to the gym later or whatever, so he hung up. It was like, I'm going to the gym. Now, my dumbass is like, it's a Thursday, but when the clock turned 12, it shows on your phone Friday. Like, it's Friday now. So when he went to the gym, he's like, oh, I'll call you later. And he goes to the gym like he's not, like, I know he's at the gym, you know? But, like, of course, my overthinking head is like, okay, like, he didn't call me after the gym. He went out. It's a Friday night. Because I look, and I'm like, oh, it's Friday. So basically, I go into Snapchat, and I see a girl's story, and it's like she's drinking, and that's how I know it's Friday. Whenever I go on Snapchat and everyone's drinking, I'm like, okay, it's Friday. It's Friday. So whenever I see her story, she's drinking, I check the date. It says Friday on my phone, but me not noticing that it just turned Friday, so it was actually a Thursday. So, like, he's actually, you know, whatever. But when he didn't message me, or, like, he didn't call me, I'm like, oh, he went outside. He went outside, and okay, so we're gonna go soon. Anyway, so I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Friday, he's out. Like, my overthinking ass is like thinking the worst. He's outside now. Okay, it's it. This is it. Like, this is where I can finally move on. He's outside. This is it. Like, this is it. I'm like, I don't know why I just go on people's stories trying to see, like, as if, like, he would be in the background of anybody's story. But, like, you know, just whatever. Like, I'm just kind of freaking out. I go on TikTok. Whenever I go on TikTok at a certain time, like, I'm talking about, like, at night, it's all about, like, girl, like, he's not the one, like, all these relationship things, and I start crying, sad music. I'm like, this is it, like, it's done. I'm never talking to him again. When he calls me, I'm never answering. I'm never gonna answer. This is it. He did it. Like, that's the last thing. Like, he went out. Like, honestly, that's not really a big deal, because we're, like, not together, but it's like, you didn't even call me. You said you were gonna call me after the gym. You didn't call me, and then you went out instead. Like, just the behind my back shit, right? And then I'm still up, like, I can't sleep, and it gets to 3 in the morning, you guys, like 3, 4 in the morning, where it's like, that's the time that you'd probably be coming home, and he wakes up. Okay, like, honestly, in my mind, I'm like, oh, he's calling me now. He's just getting home. He's just getting home from fucking a bitch. Like, you know, so I'm like, and he's calling me, and I'm like, you know, obviously, I told myself, like, I'm not going to answer. But I did answer. I'm like, let's just hear what he has to fucking say. So, this sounds crazy. So, I pick up, I'm like, hi. And he's like, oh, were you sleeping? And I was like, yeah. Even though I wasn't sleeping. But I was like, yeah, like, acting like I just woke up. I'm like, what's up? Like, you know? He's like, oh, I just woke up. And I'm like, oh, you just woke up? And then I was like, oh, you mean like you just got home? He's like, just got home? Like, no, like, I was at the gym, and then I came back and I fell asleep. Like, and I was like, you fell asleep? Like, I'm like, it's fine. Like, if you went out, like, it's 3, 4 in the morning. Like, did you, like, I was basically like, you went out. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, it's fine. Like, we're not even together. Like, it's fine. Like, you can go out. Like, it's fine. And he's like, bro, you're literally tripping right now. Like, I didn't go out. Like, it's a Thursday. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, it's a Thursday. You know, I have my, like, game to watch out. It starts at 4. Like, he watches these, like, soccer games that starts at, like, 3 or 4 in the morning because it's a different time zone. And I'm like, what? It's like, yeah. And then I check, and it's like, he's like, look at the date, man. It's like Friday tonight, like Friday today. And I check, and I'm like, oh, it's Friday today. Like, oh, like, he didn't go out because it's a Thursday. But you see how I didn't, and he's like, yeah, bro, like, you're literally tripping. Like, you're literally so dumb. And I'm like, whatever. I mean, even if it was a Friday, it would have been fine. But you see how I'm like, I overthought that so much, and it wasn't even a Friday. If it was a Friday, like, in my mind, it doesn't matter what he could have said, like, you know, to me, he's like out, he didn't text me, but he's like, yeah. And then basically he stayed up, like, he went to sleep after the gym and then stayed up, like, the whole time to, like, to watch his game. So it's like, okay, yeah, like, he definitely was sleeping, because there's no way he just pulled a 24-hour, like, whatever. So yeah, like, so sometimes I am crazy, and that's the problem. Like, sometimes I am, like, a little crazy, but again, we're not together, so it's not like really, like, we're not together, but we're like, you know, like, I don't know, it is confusing. All I know, it's probably gonna get messy this summer. It's probably because it is too cold for any of us to go out anyway, and I don't really care about going out. He's like, that's all you think about is going out. It's not what I think about, but just like, I don't know. He's right. I don't even care about going out. Like, I like to go on trips and stuff. And in the summer, though, I am going to go out. I do not care. Eventually, I will. I don't know. Like, I'm even thinking, like, maybe Valentine's, like, around Valentine's to go out. Because we're doing something Valentine's Day, I think. Like, if he doesn't, and I have, like, random guys offering to buy me flowers, and he doesn't do anything for me for Valentine's Day, you guys, that shit makes me want to, like, the fuck is wrong with you? The fuck is wrong with you? But again, he always just says, like, those guys just want to fuck. Like, you know, I'm not about that. Like, you know, like, I like you for you and all this sweet shit. But it's like, like, it's not that hard. But anyway, that's the update. We're not together, but it's like, you know, I'm just kind of like waiting for him to do the last thing that really pissed me off type shit. Because otherwise, like, you know, and if I don't pick up his calls, like, that one time I was not picking up, he shows up to where I am, which is like, I do like that. I don't know, because I'm a probably sick person with attachment issues. But anyway, let's go to Winners and shopping or whatever we're doing.